Hey, what's going on, world? I got another set of Resident Evil games I'd like to show off today. So in today's review, I'm going to be reviewing my other set of Resident Evil games here. So this will be the third-person, over-the-shoulder Resident Evils. So I'll do a review on Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 5, and Resident Evil 6. Okay, now let's start with this one. So here's Resident Evil 4, and absolutely this is my real favorite right here. And I'll tell you where I got them later on. Here's Resident Evil 5. Okay game, this is not one of my favorites. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to show this off today. Show you my favorite games. Here's Resident Evil 6. And to say this is not the best, I'll talk about that later. Okay, so I got these guys at Gamestop, back in the day, as always. I got this secondhand. I got this back in 2008. So I bought this, I got this one used. This one I got it back in 2009. I got it on the first day of its release. This one I got it back in 2012. Same thing. First day of its release. So I got them. I got these two on its first day of its release. So I got these guys at GameStop, all three of them. This one I got it secondhand. Now let's open it up. And of course, this is a opening like any other. Oh yes, this right here. This is my real personal favorite right here. This is my real favorite right here. So Resident Evil 4 will always be my personal favorite. And after all these years, it's in great shape. Okay, now let's show you the manual first. Your register. Yep, this is from back in the day. So I got the PS2 version. It originally came out on GameCube, and it came out in the PS2 on the second time. And let's scan through this. So of course games nowadays don't come with manuals anymore, so that's one thing I miss about the old days. They used to come with manuals. I like, scamming through it. So yeah, keep in mind that games nowadays don't come with manuals. That's one thing I miss about the old days. Alright, now the disc. And it's in great shape. It's in mint condition after all these years. Yes, Resident Evil 4 will always be my real favorite right here. And yes, Resident Evil 4 is the best game of all time. Now, Resident Evil 5, this is okay. Yeah, this is an okay game. This is not one of my real favorites. So this one I got it back in 2009. So, open it up. And again, it's in great shape. After many years. Okay, let's show you the manual first. Here's your ad. Still have that. It came with that when I got the game. And here's your manual. Oh, this is the early days of the PS3. So PS3 used to come with manuals. So I'll talk about that in a bit when I show you Resident Evil 6. So this is the manual. So this is the early days of the PS3. Yes, I still have my PS2 and my PS3 till this day. I still have them in their original format. I'll just scan through this real quick. And yeah, this is it's an okay game for me. So I decided to, do a good review on my own on my favorite games here. And here's the disc itself, in great shape, no problems. Now Resident Evil 6. I have to say for me, this is the worst of the franchise. It didn't have a good, storyline. It didn't have a good storyline, and it didn't have a good introduction. That's one thing I didn't like about Resident Evil 6. I have to say this is my least favorite of the franchise. Now open it up, and as you can see, there's no manual. So this is the later days of the PS3. This is the later days of the PS3. So nowadays games don't come with manuals anymore. So it came with this. This is just your ad, Resident Evil Domination. Your usual your warranty. So this is it. No manuals for later games. And here's the disc itself. It's in great shape. And I still play these games till this day in 2020. I still play these games till this day. Yeah, this is my Resident Evil 6 is my least favorite. Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't like Resident Evil 6 too much. Yeah, for me, it was, the worst of the franchise. So I'm gonna have to go with Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 is still the best there is. Okay, put it back. There you go. And so these Resident Evils are the third-person over-the-shoulder modes. So Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 8 are the first-person views. So Resident Evil 8 is coming out next year in 2021. So I kind of want to dedicate that to Resident Evil 8. So Resident Evil 8 is the newest Resident Evil. So Resident Evil 7 and 8 are the first-person views. So 8 comes out 2021, so that's going to take about a year for it to come out. And I have to tell you right here, yes, I have to say Resident Evil 4 is my real favorite right here. So this is my favorite Resident Evil game of all time. This is my favorite Resident Evil this is my favorite non-Umbrella Resident Evil. So I have to say 4 is going to be one of my favorites. So yes, this is my favorite non-Umbrella Resident Evil. So yes, I have to say 4 is one of my real favorites right here. And yes, I still have my PS2. I still have my PS3 in their original format. I still play my PS2 and 3 till this day, and my PS1 as well. Oh, I do have a review on the PS1 Resident Evils, so if you come across that too. Here's Resident Evil 5. Okay, this is not my favorite. So 5 and 6 became action games, and it lost its horror genre. That's one thing I didn't like about 5 and 6. So Resident Evil became a action game in its later on its later days. So I got these for full price. So I got these for $59.99 plus tax, so that's over $60. So $59.99 for both, because I got them on its release, 6 and 5. And Resident Evil 4, I got this for $9.99. Yeah, I got them all at Gamestop, so I got this for $9.99 for very cheap. So I got this. I bought it used. So I got this secondhand. And till this day, it's in great shape. And absolutely, this is my real favorite right here. This is my personal favorite. And my least favorite. Okay, so there you go. So I gave you a good glimpse of my other Resident Evil games. So this is the third person over the shoulder mode. Oh, this is the main franchise, not the spin-offs. Let's skip the spin-offs and remakes for now. This is the main franchise right here. And I still prefer the PS1 versions, because back when Resident Evil games were truly scary. That's one thing I like about the PS1 versions. Back when Resident Evil games were real scary. That's one thing I like about the old days too. So I still prefer the PS1 versions. And yes, Resident Evil 4 will always be my favorite as well. So Resident Evil is my favorite. Resident Evil 4 is my favorite non-umbrella Resident Evil game. So I have to say I'm gonna have to go with 4. And my least favorite will be 6. That's not for me, not the best. And 5, okay, but 4, my real favorite right here. So I have to say Resident Evil 4 I've played like over and over again. 100 times. So I have to say yes, Resident Evil 4 will be the real favorite right here. Okay, so there you go. So I gave you a good, good review and a good eye glimpse of my other Resident Evil games. I gave you a good critic review on them. Okay, so let me know what you think. Drop a line. Feel free to subscribe. And a lot of reviews on this. There's like so many reviews on Resident Evil, so I decided to do a review on my own. So if you come across this, let me know what you think. And thank you for watching.